Mitch, thank you very much for your time today. Perhaps you could introduce yourself to the fans.
No worries. I'm Mitchell Weiss and I play as a striker or attacking midfielder, and my squad number is number 16. I've always lived in Watford with my parents. Grew up in Canterbury and Watford and went to school around there, played football around there throughout my younger years. Never really made it an academy, so just played for local teams really. And then recently I've moved to Kings Langley, moving out of my parents' house and in with my girlfriend in Kings Langley. I played for Canterbury when I was very young, and then I played for Everett Rovers, which is a local team in Watford, not quite that close to Canterbury, but another local team in Watford, for years, from must have been about eight or 9 until 16 or 17. My first move that wasn't kind of amateur, I actually played for the rivals Hemel for their under-18s team in the midweek Floodlit League. And then after that I went back to just playing Sundays really, just to kick about with some friends. And a team we played against was involved with Kings Langley and they wanted to sign me there. So I went to Kings Langley and played there for probably about 5 years in total, with a bit of a gap in between when I joined the rivals again. And actually, almost ashamed to say, scored against an Albans in a 2-2 draw here one season. And then after a short loan at Hayes and Yedden, went back to Kings Langley, where I played under Steve Conroy and Chris Winton. And that's kind of how they brought me here. And then luckily it's gone quite well so far. There's one player that definitely made me fall in love with the game originally, and that was Thierry Henry. I'm a Watford fan really, but when Watford were Championship, as they are now, unfortunately, Arsenal were my Premier League team. So being an Arsenal follower kind of, Henry was just unbelievable and was kind of the one who made me fall in love with the game. And also Messi. Now, I know I was probably quite old when he came through, but he's the one who I'm always interested in and kind of makes me love the game. I know Steve Conroy always brings up to me that he loves it when I get in that channel, and I can be really dangerous in there. I don't know if that's something that I've seen Henry do and it has influenced me, but definitely I think that that's something that I have seen him do and kind of brought that into my game. I don't know, it's hard to pick one player. Obviously I watch Messi all the time and I like the way he picks up little spaces in between the midfield and defence. I know he kind of just goes around where he wants most games, but I like how he finds holes and finds spaces, and I think that watching that so avidly definitely influences me a little bit. I'd like to model my game more on a kind of Jack Grealish or Kevin De Bruyne type, who is almost deeper than a striker, and might pick up the ball deeper and carry it forward for the team, because I feel like that's something that's really key, helps the team get the ball and get it up the pitch and relieve a bit of that pressure. Playing for this current St Albans team so far has been really good. Since pre-season, when I first came, obviously only knowing a couple of the lads, it straight away has felt like everyone knows each other, everyone really likes each other, and everyone's working hard for each other. There's a really good team spirit. There's no one that's kind of like either sulks or is a bit big time. There's none of that. Everyone is really together and working hard for each other, and I think that's kind of shown in the games, maybe where we've gone behind in games. There's been no panic and we've all kind of come together and managed to get results out of it. What I believe this team can achieve this season is definitely playoffs. We've obviously had a really good start. We should definitely be looking for playoffs, and we can definitely achieve playoffs. And once we kind of get ourselves in the mix for playoffs, it's about from then pushing on to later in the season, March, pushing on to win the league or make the automatic playoffs. My best moment personally is got to be my first goal. As an attacking player, your first goal is always a really important moment. So that for me is probably my best moment in a St Albans shirt, although Sean's winner against Dartford in the 89th minute has definitely got to be up there for the team in such an important away game, and to win it last minute after working so hard to keep it 0-0 until then was just unbelievable. I don't think I have any actual pre-game superstitions, maybe rituals. I like to kind of eat the same things on the day of and maybe the day before a game. I like to wear the same socks most of the time, and I like to have everything kind of taped up nice and neatly. I don't know if that's superstition or just kind of ritual and comfort, that I know that if I've done it like that, I'm gonna be comfortable. If I could change any law in football, I think I've seen it proposed by Arsene Wenger that throw-ins in a certain half of the pitch are kick-ins. So rather than a throw-in where a lot of the time the ball is given away, you have the option to kick it in where you can go shorter and you can go longer, so the options are maybe more, and so it gives you more kind of dangerous free kicks and pretty much in corners where you can really try and score goals, and I think that might bring more goals to the game, which is what everyone wants to see and what I want to see, definitely. If I wasn't a footballer, I think I would definitely still play sport. Maybe not to a high level because I'm not very good at many other sports, but I definitely want to play sports still. I quite like a bit of golf. I'm quite interested in tennis. I don't play much, but I'm quite interested in tennis. And career-wise, I think I'd still like to be involved again with sport because I love football, I love all sports, and I work in marketing, so I'd definitely like to be involved in marketing or advertising within sport, obviously football ideally. Yeah, I'd just like to give a big thanks to all the fans for supporting where they can on socials and obviously following the live streams. It really does kind of help us as players knowing that fans are following and fans are really getting behind us from home. And I'd also like to give a big thanks to the group of supporters that have sponsored me. Obviously I've not had a chance to meet any supporters yet, but hopefully I will in the future. And I can give you a big thanks and we can have a drink after a game hopefully.